Minnesota Vikings bet on experienced and promising pass rusher after draft Tyler Baddy signed with high guaranteed investment. Although the Minnesota Vikings did not have a pressing need at the edge rusher position, especially after strengthening the sector in the 2025 NFL Draft, General Manager Kwesi Adofo-Mensah remains determined to explore every opportunity to add talent and depth to the roster. Proof of this is the signing of BYU defensive lineman Tyler Baddy, a name that immediately caught attention after the draft ended. Despite already having a strong trio of pass rushers, Jonathan Greenard, Andrew Van Ginkel, and rookie Dallas Turner, in addition to a revamped interior defensive line with big names like Jonathan Allen, Javon Hargrave, and Harrison Phillips, the Vikings decided to make room for another name with disruptive potential. And that name is Baddy. At 6'4", 275 pounds, and with a 4.76-second 40-yard dash time, Baddy combines physicality with athleticism. He finished his time at BYU with impressive numbers: 224 tackles, 33.5 tackles for loss, 16.5 sacks, and 2 interceptions, showing that he can produce against both the pass and the run game. His performance earned him an All-Big 12 selection, and despite not being drafted, the Vikings' interest was immediate and aggressive. The team offered him a total of $259,000 in guarantees, including a $25,000 signing bonus, a considerable amount for an undrafted player and one that shows the team's confidence in his potential. KPRC2's Aaron Wilson was the first to report the terms of the deal, and analysts and insiders quickly hailed the move as one of the smartest in post-draft free agency. Analysts like Casey Martinez of NFL Draft Buzz have called Baddy a lunchbox player, a term used to describe hard-working, consistent players who do the dirty work in the trenches. His knack for recognizing plays and getting into position makes him a valuable asset, especially in defensive systems that require quick reads and communication between players. He adapts well to both 4-3 and 3-4 formations and can play a variety of techniques on the defensive line, making him a versatile weapon for defensive coordinator Brian Flores. While he may not be the most explosive pass rusher or the one with the most fluid bend, Baddy makes up for it with tireless effort, refined game reading, and an excellent work ethic. One interesting or concerning thing about Baddy is his age. When the Vikings training camp begins in July, he will be 26. That makes him significantly older than many of the rookies who will be around him, including 4 years older than Dallas Turner, the team's first-round pick this year. Age, however, can be an asset. Baddy brings with him a rare maturity for a rookie, and his career at BYU, interrupted by a religious mission, which is common among athletes at the university, contributed to this delay in the early stages of his professional career. The work that Adofo-Mensah and his staff have done in signing undrafted free agents has been widely praised. Gridiron Grading even stated, "Nobody does a better job of undrafted free agency than the Vikings. Tyler Baddy got a second-day grade for us and can play right away." This type of bet on talent ready to contribute from day one, even if it's off the main draft radar, could be exactly what makes the difference for a team that wants to fight at the top of the NFC. Could Kirk Cousins return to the Vikings? Rumors heat up after loss of space in the Falcons. With the 2025 NFL Draft now in the rearview mirror and J.J. McCarthy seen as the future of the franchise, the Minnesota Vikings may have an interesting decision ahead of them. And it involves an old fan favorite, Kirk Cousins. The veteran quarterback who played for the Vikings from 2018 through 2023 lost his starting job with the Atlanta Falcons to rookie Michael Penix Jr., and a return to Minnesota isn't entirely out of the question. Last Monday, Josh Kendall of The Athletic reignited the rumor in a brief article about Cousins' future. Minnesota did not select a quarterback in the 2025 draft, he wrote, noting that the franchise preferred to acquire Sam Howell, former Seahawks and former starter in Washington, as a possible backup to J.J. McCarthy. In addition to Howell, the Vikings have Brett Rypien on the roster, which provides some depth but not the kind of leadership experience Cousins has. Still, the team appears fully committed to developing McCarthy, who spent his entire first season recovering from meniscus surgery but is seen as the quarterback of the future. The question is he ready to lead the team in Week 1 of 2025? The contract Cousins signed with the Falcons last offseason includes a no-trade clause, giving him complete control over his destiny. And, according to sources, he is not willing to leave Atlanta unless he receives guarantees of a starting job elsewhere, a condition that, at this point in the NFL calendar, is becoming increasingly difficult to meet. After the draft, the top possible destinations for veteran quarterbacks are closing in. The Pittsburgh Steelers are reportedly confident of a deal with Aaron Rodgers. The Cleveland Browns, in turn, have names like Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel, and Shedeur Sanders. The New Orleans Saints, despite Derek Carr's shoulder injury, responded by selecting Tyler Shough, one of the most ready QBs in the class. Meanwhile, the Falcons appear determined to keep Cousins as Penix's backup, even with the financial impact and veteran status. Even if the Vikings were interested in bringing Cousins back, there's still a considerable hurdle: negotiating directly with a division rival. Atlanta wouldn't have much incentive to facilitate the return of an experienced quarterback to a direct opponent in the NFC unless it receives an extremely advantageous offer. Head coach Kevin O'Connell and GM Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah have yet to officially confirm who will be the starting quarterback for the season opener. If J.J. McCarthy shows signs of insecurity or physical limitations in training, Cousins' name will certainly come back into the conversation behind the scenes. For now, speculation remains alive, fueled by the lack of a definitive statement from the Vikings and Cousins' recent track record with the team. Some fans, still attached to the quarterback who led the team for 6 seasons, believe that a return would not only be nostalgic, but also strategically sound if McCarthy is not ready to take the reins.